Drug addicts of Reddit, what is your daily routine? My thing was speed. Seeing as my particular drug of choice takes 3 normal days and makes them one hellish one, I'll go over my routine during the course of a several day long span. I'd wake up extremely groggily and slowly, feeling like I was walking through molasses trying to go anywhere. So I'd stay in bed until the time I needed to get up, then take 60 to 90 milligrams Adderall along with a cup or two of coffee. I'm a physics major, so I'd usually have a problem set or two to do. Once the Adderall kicked in, I'd sit in the science center and work. For hours, up to 12 straight, in the same position without moving, except for the frequent bathroom breaks, after which I'd sit back down and resume my proofs, etc. If I had to go to class or work or something, I'd go, but would keep consuming a steady supply of coffee, Red Bull, and tons of water throughout the duration of whatever I was doing. Every 4 hours or so I'd do another 30 to 60 milligrams of Adderall, depending on how much I had allotted for that particular binge marathon. I wouldn't eat the entire time, and my skin would constantly feel hot to the touch. My heart would race, palpitations were frequent, my hands would shake, and I would be extremely jittery. I would just be your typical idea of a speeded up person. And I loved it. Towards the end of the second day I'd simultaneously be fully awake and very fatigued, which is a singularly miserable state in which to find oneself. My body and mind would work slower and slower but would never be able to stop for rest, because the Addy, like a slave driver, would make them power through. At this point it was no longer enjoyable because no matter how much I took, the kind of euphoria I loved from the beginning would refuse to make an appearance now. So then I'd wait for my body to get this devil drug out of my system, for my running mind to slow down, for my heart to stop racing, albeit all just enough for the diphenhydramine to overtake it all and let me rest. If I happened to fall asleep with still some amphetamine in my system it would, needless to say, be a very unrestful sleep. I'd wake up every few hours to drink more water. But once the long sleep came, it'd last a good 24 hours. This meant that I'd miss everything that happened, all classes, social events, meetings that I'd scheduled. If I was particularly on top of my schedule that week, I'd have made sure to cancel/flake on everything during the big sleep before it actually came. Then, after my hibernation, the whole process would begin again. While I was using, I was extremely unreliable, my behavior was erratic, and I was generally an unpredictably volatile being. Adderall was my best friend in the world and I often call my separation from it the emotionally worst breakup of my life. It sounds crazy, but I loved everything I thought it gave me because it allowed me to shed all the human trappings of existence, hunger, tiredness, and everything mundane. But eventually I crashed and burned, landing myself in a psychiatric hospital being held against my will. Now I'm 71 days clean and absolutely loving it, the chaos is gone, and everything has been normalized once more.